Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome to summer. It's so exciting to be in the summertime, isn't it? We're starting our summer reading program, so we're starting our summer crafts and our summer projects. And our first week, if you can't, let me move this for a second. If you can see, is the color wheel. So our program is Reading Colors Your World, and so the first week we're going to learn about the color wheel. You get to learn all about how we get to mix the colors and make all the different colors on the color wheel, which I covered up again. So all of those colors on the color wheel, did you know they only come from 3 primary colors? And those colors are red, yellow, and blue. Those 3 simple colors can make all of the colors on that color wheel. And you guys get to make a few on your own color wheel. That's what you're going to be doing with your craft. So you are going to have your directions, and on the back is just a little bit to kind of help you with mixing your colors, so that you'll know how to mix them, even though it tells you. And here are just a couple papers to explain what the different types of colors are. There's primary colors. And does anybody know what a primary color is? Well, I just explained what the 3 primary colors were. They're red, yellow, and blue. And the primary colors are a color that cannot be created by mixing any color. That's what those are. You can't mix any color to make those. Then we have our secondary colors, and those colors are, right, good job, orange, green, and violet. And violet is like a purple, okay? And a secondary color is a color that you can create or make by mixing 2 of the primary colors. So if you mix any of these 2 primary colors, you can make secondary colors. Now, if you get deeper into making a color wheel, there are, look at this, even more. There's more colors. So here is a little bit about even more colors. There's complementary colors, and let's see, I can't even say the word, guys. I should have practiced this. Tertiary, I think, tertiary colors. All right, I should have practiced saying that word before I got onto this video for you. But those colors, the tertiary, I'm going to say it like that, those colors are a color by, that's like a neutral color. So those colors are actually, if you mix red, yellow, and blue together, depending on how much you use of each of the colors, those make your grays and your browns. So those like a neutral color. There are, there's another color, another word for you, intermediate color. An intermediate color, those are the colors that come in between your secondary, that's what comes between your secondary and your primary color. So your intermediate colors mix a secondary color with a primary color. So violet and red mixed together make red violet. And yeah, that's just a bunch of rules. I know you're out of school and I'm still having you learn. Isn't that crazy? But colors are so fun because you can make so many with just 3 basic colors, and I think that's actually really neat. So you'll have this in your thing, in your kit, and then you'll have your blank page and your 3 colors of paint. So you'll want to set up by using, by covering your workspace, because you want to make sure you're not going to get something dirty that shouldn't get dirty, okay? So cover your workspace. I'm setting this up so you can kind of see it, okay? You'll want a paintbrush. You'll want a little cup of water to wash your paintbrush, maybe a paper towel to dry the water off. We're going to send you home a little paper plate to help with your color mixing, okay? Let's get started. Yay. All right, so we're going to start with yellow. We're going to take some yellow. We're going to start with the primary colors because that's what you have to start with, right? And we're gonna put our yellow on the top big circle, okay? And there we go, yellow. And we're gonna wash our paintbrush and dry it. And we will now take our blue. And at some point you get to mix these, but first we are going to put them on our paper. So we're going to take our blue and we're going to put it, oops, see, I was about to put it on the wrong side that I was telling you to put it. We're going to put our blue right over here. And I know in my directions, there we go. And then I'm going to rinse my paintbrush and do the same thing with the red, but I'm going to put it on the other side. Now what I'm doing is I'm putting the primary colors in a triangle shape on my color wheel. So there, and I'm going to put my red over here in the triangle shape, okay? If you put your colors in a different order, keep them in the triangle shape, that's fine. But if you don't have the yellow on top, it's not going to ruin your color wheel, okay? If you put your yellow over here and your blue up here and your red over here, it's not going to ruin your color wheel. Just make sure you're mixing the colors in the right order, okay? That's no big deal. Now we're going to make our secondary colors. So when you're mixing your colors, you want to start with your lighter color, okay? So I'm going to use a little bit of yellow. I'm going to take my plate. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow here, all right? And then I'll rinse that so I don't mix the colors. Then I'm gonna go with I'm gonna mix red with this. So I wonder what color I'm gonna make. Now I use my lighter color first. I'm gonna take just a little bit of my red, okay, and then I'm gonna mix it. See what color I make. I think some of you probably know. All right, can you see what color that made? It's actually a little darker than I might like, so I'm actually going to add a little bit more yellow because that's darker than I wanted my orange to be. All right, so a little bit more yellow. There, that looks like a good orange to me. Now I'm going to put it on the big circle. My secondary colors, oh, now it's looking light. So you guys can kind of play around with the colors. I think I didn't mix it very well, or I needed a little bit more paint, but that's okay. It's still, there we go. So my orange goes there because the yellow and the red, so it's between yellow and red because I mixed yellow and red, and I put it on my big circle, okay? Now I'm going to mix yellow. Oh, you know what? Let's just go around in a circle. Now I'm gonna mix red and blue, and red is lighter than blue, so I'm gonna start with red. Put some red on the plate, rinse. So I might have made a mistake with my yellow and red by maybe not drying my paintbrush enough. So make sure you dry your paintbrush really well, okay? And I'm gonna take some blue and mix it on in there and see what color I come out with. And purple. I wonder how many of you knew that. I think you guys did. And I'm gonna put that in between red and blue because red and blue make purple. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our yellow and our blue. And again, yellow's lighter than blue, so we start with the yellow. There we go. And then we add some blue. Okay, and let's see, how many know what color it's gonna make? I think I put too much blue, so I'm gonna wipe some off of there if I can. All right, let's see. Let's see how many of you were correct. There we go. It is green, kind of a green. All right, here we go, a little bit more blue. All right, so I got it, green. Yellow and blue make green. Very good, yay for listening. You guys, you're good with this. Now let's move on to the intermediate colors. So you may know your primaries and your secondaries, but let's see if you got your intermediates. Now we're going to be mixing these secondaries with our primaries. Okay, so I have some orange. It's a little dried out, so I'm just going to kind of maybe make, well, it's not dried out, but I kind of used it all. So maybe when you're mixing, you could make a little more than I did. I was going a little light on the making. All right, so I'm going to make a little bit more orange first. There we go. All right, so I maybe made that a little too. You know what? That's okay. What I did was I added more red than yellow. And what did I just make? I made red yellow. That's not. I made red orange. I made a red orange color because there's more red in this than yellow, which made it more of a red orange. So where do you think I should put this if it's more of a red orange? Yeah, I should put it between the red and the orange because it's more of a red orange color. Good job. All right, I wonder what would happen then since I added more red and it made it a red orange. Now I'm going to add more yellow. Maybe, oops, see, good thing I protected that. I splattered my yellow, guys. I'm going to add some more yellow. See if I can't make it like a, I wonder if I just didn't, hold on, more yellow. My paintbrush is not wanting to pick up the yellow very well. There we go. All right, let me see if I added way too much red. I did add a lot of red, so I'm going to have to add a lot of yellow to make the red yellow. Why did I say red yellow is not a color, guys? It's not. What I want to make now is the yellow orange. So I think that's pretty yellow orangey. Yeah. Can you kind of see that? I think I did good. Yeah. All right, I got it. Okay. When a intermediate color is named, you always say the primary color first. So when you're naming these colors, it's always primary and then secondary. So it's always red orange, yellow orange. And when we get to these colors, it'll be yellow green and blue green. So the primary color always comes first, okay? So we've got our green here. There's a little bit, it's not totally dry. See, the problem is I let some of these dry out a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna give it a try anyway. I'm gonna add some yellow to this green color here and see if I have enough to make what color would it be? Yellow green. I think I might have enough. Let's try it. Yeah, I did. I made a yellow green. Good. Very good, guys. And then there may be enough to add a little bit of blue and make it, ooh, that was a lot of blue. The blue comes out. And make it what color would it be? What color, guys? What color? Blue-green. Very good. See, you guys catch on fast. I love it. Okay. So now I have made a blue-green. That one probably could have been a little bit darker. Let me see if I can't make it a little bit darker, because it almost still looks like the green. Okay, blue-green. So it should be like a darker green, basically. Yeah, looks good. All right, let's move on to the next color, which would be, if I'm going around the circle, I'm going to make blue-violet. When they name this color, they don't really call it purple, they call it violet. So I'm gonna start with red violet just because I think it's easier to make the lighter colors first than to start, because once you get to the darker, it's harder to make it lighter. So I think I had just enough. Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of red violet-y. I had just enough left over on my plate here. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna add the blue so I can make the blue violet. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's a really pretty, these are some pretty colors. All right, blue violet, which again, I don't think I made it quite dark enough, so I'm gonna add a little bit more blue and do this again. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better. Here we go. If I would, yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, there we go. So now I have a color wheel, and you guys are gonna have your own color wheel. But one last thing before we finish our color wheel, guys, I would like to, we're gonna now put our color in the middle, that word that was hard for me to say. Remember, tertiary. That is where we mix all three primary colors together. So red, oops. Now you were supposed to start with the lighter color first, which I did not, but that's okay because actually for this color, You get to mix whatever amounts of the colors that you want, because everybody's going to come up with a different color for this. Some will be gray, some will be brown, some will be light gray, some will be dark gray, some will be dark brown. There's going to be so many different variations of color for this color. And mine is a brownish. I know, it's not a bad color. Okay, and you're just going to plop that right in the middle. There we go. Yeah, there you go. And you guys are going to have your very own color wheel. You can keep these color wheels. I think this would be great to keep it so that you can refer to it whenever you might, if you need to mix a color or you forgot what colors to mix to do everything. What I would like you to do when you're finished painting is take a pen or a pencil or whatever is easiest for you to write with, maybe, and now write all your colors around there so that you know what colors they are. Remember, when you're doing your colors, these colors, the intermediate colors, the primary color always comes first, okay? So blue violet, red violet, right? So here's all our colors, guys. We have the red, the blue, I'm sorry, I totally, see, did anybody catch that? Because I caught it. We have the yellow, the red, the blue, and we have our primaries, we have our secondaries, and then we have our intermediates. Guys, I hope that you have so much fun mixing the colors together. Once you have this done, feel free to use the rest of your paints and maybe a different piece of paper and paint a picture using mixing colors and making whatever picture you want by mixing all your colors, and have fun, because color wheels are amazing, and we wouldn't have all the color in the world without these three primary colors. And we wouldn't have so much fun without being able to mix them and see all the beautiful colors we can make with them. So you guys have fun. Can't wait to see you next week for our next craft. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, wait, one thing. Clean up after yourselves, guys. This shouldn't be too difficult, especially if you covered your workspace. Dump out the water, wash your paintbrush and let it dry. Throw out your paper towel and your paper plate. Actually, recycling is good. Your little paint, you're going to get a little paint container. It's something new this summer that we're doing. You can just, actually, if you have used all the paints out of it, rinse it out and save it, because you can use it again. You can use it for paints at home or to hold whatever at home, little tiny objects or something. So don't throw that away, because it can be reused and everything else can be cleaned up and wiped up and there's no mess. Okay, now I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Happy summer.